Hey, what's up, Hilo News family? This show is brought to you by Baptist Health's Pine App. Healthcare at your fingertips with the Pine App. Head to HiloNewsMiami.com right now to learn more about their app and all the new features created to improve your healthcare experience with Baptist Health. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, what's up, Hilo News family? Welcome to another episode of Can We Talk, our show where we talk to dope people in the community doing dope things. And today is no different. And today is actually a really, really special day for me. I know I say this, but today is no cap. Like, this is really, really a special day. This is a mentor coming on the show, someone who truly supports Hilo News. And she's doing a lot of amazing things in the community. And without further ado, I would love to bring her on so she could tell you more about herself and all the great things that she has coming up. Without further ado, welcome to the show, Pastor Richelle Lorde. Hey, Pastor Richelle.
Hey, how you doing, Janae? It's very nice to be here. Hey, to all your Hilo News family and those are supporters. I be one of them, yes, indeed. But it's great to be here. Awesome to be able to share this platform with you.
I appreciate that. I try not to fangirl too much, but you are definitely somebody I've looked up to for years. And you know that you've mentored me. You've helped me through the pageant world, journalism world. And so today, this is really cool and interesting for me to be interviewing you about some great things that you're doing with Jesus People Miami. So without further ado, I want to jump right into it.
Let's go.
The church has Founders Week coming up. And so I wanted you to share with my audience about this amazing event, these activities that you guys have going on for a full week. Tell me, how did the church begin Founders Week or the why?
Well, so much, right? And of course, Janae, you have a personal connection growing up around these parts, right?
Yes.
But Founders Week, of course, represents our founder, Bishop Isaiah, who was my dad, Dr. Gloria, as well. She is still here living amongst them with us. Bishop, of course, has gone home to be with the Lord. And about 13 years ago, that happened for us. And he was a great foundation within our community, born and raised in Miami, at the time, Opelika. And so he progressed and grew to establish our organization of Jesus People Ministries Church, which is just your hometown community-based organization that loves people. As a matter of fact, our motto is a place of the love of God. And as you said, journalism is our thing. That was my thing. I went to school for that. Did not want to be a preacher. Okay, was not going to do this. But God, He has changes. He changes your life and your plans. And so here we are now. We're in our 39th year of ministry.
Wow.
And 13 years of celebrating Founders Week, which just to help our community as well as our membership to know who we are, what we're about. Our motto, of course, at the ministry is Matthew chapter 5, verse 8, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. And so we want to instill that into, the fellowship, the community, the people that we are able to service. We want them to know that as we love God, we love people, we grow together. And so Founders Week is just that. It's sharing and knowing our history, our tradition, our legacy. Since 1983, we've been here in the Miami Gardens community. Of course, before it was Carroll City. One time for the Miami Gardens, the Chiefs. All right. But overall, we're here to be a blessing and to assist, to serve. And so that's what we'll be doing November 1st through the 4th, 5th. We'll be celebrating, highlighting where we started. We have a big celebration, kickoff concert with Erica Campbell, Jordan Armstrong. I mean, it's going to be so fiery that I'm excited to be a part of what, we're able to do in our community.
That's amazing. And like you said, I actually grew up in this church. Family has a long standing with this church. And so to me, it has a very special place in my heart. And when I saw this, I was like, I want to make sure that I extend my platform so the community knows about the amazing events that you do to honor such an amazing man who poured into my life and so many others. Can you tell us a little bit of the details that people can expect when they come to Founders Week this year?
Oh, definitely. And of course, like I said, it's open to the community. It's not just for Jesus People Ministries Church members. I mean, we want everybody that's around to know, why we're here and what we're here about. We have, like I said, we'll be doing a lot of different activities. Founders Week starts November the 1st every year. We're always November the 1st. And because truly it was his birthday time, November the 4th is actually our bishop's birthday. And so November the 1st, we highlight, we celebrate, we give out information, and our concert will kick us off this year. I mentioned some of the guests that'll be here. It's free, and there's no cost to it, of course. We just want people to come and enjoy the atmosphere, and then maybe as they're enjoying, God will speak to them and share with them and show them how they need to continue to encourage in their life, and just keep going forward. Don't let anything stop you. Be positive about your surroundings. Keep the right things in your surroundings so you can grow. Tuesday, Wednesday, same thing. We have guest speakers that'll be coming in. We have dancing. Of course, you know about our dance ministry. It's one of the most prominent things. And your aunt was very instrumental in that part of our ministry, in which we actually cater to, or as we love the arts. That's a part of our heart. So we'll be dancing, we'll be singing. Great time of sharing together. And yeah, Wednesday night, Thursday night is specifically for the guys, all the men. Bishop was a really good men's man. He loved
Yes, he
the brothers,
was.
he loved the ladies, but he showed men how to live and how to be. And so our theme actually is the night. And so everything is centered around that particular kind of theme, where we're the night of the rounds table, and the men will come together, share together. So we ask people to just sign up, log onto our website, www.jesuspeoplemiami.org, even www.jpmcifoundersweek.org, and you can follow up and see all of the information. But it's just going to be a great time. And then Friday is our family fellowship festival. It's like the night
Nice.
festival, nights coming out. You don't have to dress up, but we'll be having, entertainment, activities, arts and crafts. There'll be different kinds of games and prizes, all kinds of stuff, like a family festival, some good food, and it's free. We just want people to come, sign up, log on, register, come be a part of what God's doing in our community. And of course, because we're one of those ministries that's been here for so long, I think we feel like it's our right and it's our privilege, due privilege, to share with our community, to let them know that we're still here, we're still standing. Pandemic, no pandemic, whatever it is, we're here to be an aid, to be a blessing. And I want all my young folks to come out, all that certain generation. I'm still young.
Yes.
I'm preaching, but I'm young. And so we love to fellowship together. And that's what Founders Week is all about. It's a rich legacy, heritage. And we want to let people know that, God loves you, and he's showing you through the outlets of the church.
I love that. And the thing that I really love about Jesus People, especially watching the growth over the years, especially under your leadership and your mom's leadership since Bishop Isaiah passed, is you guys continuing that legacy of being a staple and a resource in the community. You guys did a lot of amazing work during COVID-19, being a resource for the community, feeding people, providing things and items that they needed to just get by during that time. And so I think it's really cool that the church is like, hey, we're here for the community here in Miami Gardens and beyond. Whether that's your spiritual needs or sometimes you're getting food there, social gatherings, it's always open to the public. Can you speak to why that's been a staple and importance for you guys? Because a lot of churches don't do or go as deep as you guys do. Why has that been important for you?
Well, I think too, it goes back to, who you are and where you come from. Like, this is our neighborhood. This is where we come from. I grew up in Miami Gardens, and not to say that we're limited to Miami Gardens, because our ministry outpours to other areas throughout the state of Florida. We have locations throughout the state of Florida. But Bishop and Dr. Gloria, they grew up here. I was just speaking on this last night. It was so funny in Bible study because, he went to Miami Central, she graduated from Miami Carroll City. We're invested in our community to know what we need. And although, we grow and we differ, we experience things, I went away for school, but I came back just so I could make sure that what I've learned, I'm able to impart and bring back to my community, because we need to be caring for one another. Other communities, other nationalities, other people, they make sure to take care of their communities. They make sure to, pour into what they have. And so we as African Americans got to do the same thing. We have to be one with another and be real about it. We need help, we need structure, we need guidance. And it takes all of us working together to do that. And because Bishop and Dr. G have always been about, getting in there, working, serving. We started this organization on the streets. I was a kid, little kid, when my dad would take me to the streets. He played the drums. I had my little mic, and it was fun. It was something to do, just to be a part of my family was doing. But when you really start understanding why you're doing it, is because people need to know that there's people that care about them, and not just care because you count on a seat, but we care because we all need to be better in our lives so that we can have a better outlook for our future. And so it takes people imparting that into us, and that's just a part of who we are. So we hit the ground running. I'm a part of the chaplaincy program for Miami Gardens Police Department, not just
Mm.
because it's a fun thing to do, because actually it's not something fun.
Yeah, I know
When
that
you
could
have
be
to go out on
heavy.
these streets and see
Yeah.
certain things, it just depends on who you are as a person. And because Jesus People Ministries has been founded from that, we continue that. So we put it into our kids, and we look forward to sharing together. And giving, Janae, giving is the most important way. You can always take, you can always get, but you got to be a giver, because when you give, there's always room for you to receive even more. And so that's the heart of God through this house, is that we would continue that. And we won't stop. Pandemic, you talked about the pandemic. Thank God for the Miami Dolphins and other organizations feeding South Florida. We were able to work with them. And every month we serve food and meals continually. And I mean, it was just a blessing to see other people blessed. And I remember one of the times, one of the restaurants had a little confusion, so they weren't able to bring the food as they needed to. Didn't come on time, so we still had a line. And thanks be to God, we had gift cards that we usually provide for benevolence. We had gift cards for grocery
Oh,
stores,
wow.
and we were able to take those gift cards that we still had in stock, and we were able to give them to all those cars that were still in the line because there were no more meals. And I'm telling you, it's that kind of heart, that you prepare and that you're doing what you need to do. And thank God for all of our community officials, our city of Miami Gardens. I love my family at the city of Miami Gardens, because they are getting in there, getting their sleeves pulled up and working, and we're doing it together. Our commissioner, of course, he makes sure that we're doing what we need to do, providing, aiding, whatever is necessary. So we're like a team, and we work together. And I'm thankful for that.
And I honestly feel like what you guys are doing with Jesus People Ministries is what I think the church should be in the community. And so I'm so glad that you guys are that example for other people, or people to see that. Because when you guys give, you're not asking, are you a Christian or do you believe? You're like just giving from a place of love. And so I like that you guys are at that example, especially sometimes churches get a bad rep. I love that you guys are always doing stuff and leading with love. And I think people need to know more about that. And that's why it was important for me to speak to you about that, so people can hear straight from the horse's mouth, like, this is what we're about.
Right, right. And I mean, it is what it is. Church gets a bad rap regardless. People do this and they do that. Let's talk the tea. You have nice stuff at the church, and it's like, look at you, you stealing money. And unfortunately, sometimes people are like that. I can't speak for every church. I can't speak for every ministry, but thankfully in this house, we have an order and a structure. We all get a check to do what we do. As a body, working and serving those that are on staff, and we have to do what we need to do to supply for our own households. But we're thanking God that we're in a position that we can help our community, and it's not something that just happens. We have to work. We have to be
Mhm.
diligent at helping our community. And after I think about it, once my dad passed away, we had a choice. Do you want to continue doing this ministry, or do you want to go do some other things? Or do you want to, but the call of God for us, for my family, for me personally, was I got to keep doing what I know God has called me to do. And the moment that I hear him say, okay, your time is up, then okay, not a problem. But right now, we're working and serving. And, people might not come inside the building, but they have to know that the building, the love of God, is available to them, that will draw them. And so that's what we do. We can't just sit inside the four walls. We got to get out there and let them see and know. So places like your platform that help us to continue that positive message, that's what we need more and more of. So I commend you for how you stepped out, leaped out on faith to do what you're doing, and how you keep doing it. It's important. Don't stop
I
just
appreciate
because people don't want to hear you or see you progress or see you step out of that norm or that box, because sometimes you can get controversial and people don't like that. And real talk, even in church, sometimes the messages are very controversial. I have to step on some toes. I have to say some things that are according to the guidelines of what I know from the Bible. And it's not trying to hurt people's feelings, it's just letting you know the truth. If you're negative, I can't have that in my circle. So I'm gonna say no,
Yeah.
and these are the things that we want to help people to understand, but do it in love.
No, I love that. And you know what's so I really like about you, and especially like the way you deliver, your messages and the word, is your realness and your relatability. And so I want people to know a little bit more about your journey. I know that's a whole other conversation. We could really go deep, deep.
That's some
But
tea, boo.
but for me, I grew up in the church. We started going there, and I think I was like 4 or 5. And so from seeing you in high school, you were Miss Miami, Carol City. Then you competed in the Miss America system. You were, I think, Miss Florida, outstanding teen. You also competed, won locals and went to Miss
Oh, Jeanette, you
Florida.
telling my age? You saying
I,
it all?
but I didn't say a year now. I didn't
Okay,
say a
okay.
year. You just did all this stuff last year. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm trying to tell people. I have a 17-year-old son, and I say, I'm only 25,
17?
so I must have started early. I just put it like that. But yes, yes.
No, your journey has been amazing, and like you said, you went to school for communications and journalism. And so tell me about that journey from where you began and how that has impacted the work that you do now, like, and the influence, because I know communications is really big as a pastor. So tell me about that journey and how that influences how you are now as a pastor leading a church.
Well, you're right. Everything works together for our good. So my steps. I mean, I'm right from hometown. I'm a hometown young lady, right? Came from Carroll City, Miami Gardens. Grew up in these settings, and then aspired to get more education, learning, growing. And when I did, I was exposed. I was exposed to a lot. So I went to FSU. I studied communications, broadcasting. I actually minored in Black Studies, and then I flipped into English. So I got a bit of everything. And then I studied abroad. I thought maybe perhaps I was going to take that to theater. I studied throughout in London. I did quite a bit. Came back home, decided to go to graduate school. So I'm like, let me get more education so I can just be top of the class, Fortune 500, doing this, that, and the other. And then the Lord really had a pull for me after I started working with news and television that wasn't it. I wasn't
Mm.
satisfied. Like I wasn't really helping people by giving them insight of news, negative things that was happening and going on. And no knock to all of my broadcasting brothers and sisters, because I love them, have great friends, but it just wasn't aspiring for me. And I couldn't understand why I had this void. I knew what my parents had told me, hey, you can do whatever you like to do. Just, make sure it's a part of something that's going to pay you and you're going to be able to live, right? Because you're not living off of us. And so I had to learn where's my fit. And for a lot of people that are growing in their places and you can't find that niche, here's where your relationship with God is going to help you, because it navigates you right to get to this place that you're supposed to be at, but you just can't figure out how to get there. And so things started happening. I started meeting people, and they would just share certain things with me, and one thing led to another. I finished graduate school, and then I was like, well, I'm very good at communicating with people, and my dad did have a position available. That I would be able to assist many of the churches that needed to grow, needed
Mm.
to, just have a liaison to help them understand how to do ministry. Oh, okay. And I grew up in ministry, and I also grew up with communication skills. I went to school for certain things. So I started that way first, working with other organizations, other churches, developing them, helping them to know how to communicate well, how to talk to different agencies that are outside of the church. Because remember, I
Wow.
was in school working with other
Yeah.
organizations.
I
I
didn't
worked
know
with,
that about
yeah,
your career.
yeah, I worked with Florida State for so long. I was a recruiter, a national recruiter. So we would go in and work with other colleges. We would help athletes to understand, the schematics of their schooling and what they would need to do. And it was just a lot of stuff that I was able to see God using for me to work the work that I am now currently doing, because I work with people, and I love to work with people, and I love to work with community folks, right? So I'm able to do both in my position. And now, as I oversee the ministry and oversee our day to day operations, and yet still work with people and help our staff to learn and know how to work with people, it's like the domino effect. People are gonna have that same kind of leadership, or that same kind of aura that you have as a leader. So if you
Mhm.
share with them and you show them how you are, why you do what you do, and why you do it with love and care, because I'm a stickler on making sure that we're kind to people and we do our best. sometimes you can't please everybody. You know, you can't please all your church folks. You can't, you can't just real talk. You can't please all your family members, you know. So that's what we understand. And our motto here within our organization is what we show is what they know. People
Mm,
might not know anything about you, but if we show them love, if we show them excellence, if we show them our best, you know, the very best that we can, that's what they're going to know about us. And so we do our best to keep those things as a part of our livelihood. And I just live by it. You know, my dad used to teach me the words you say speak, or the life you live speaks louder than the words you say. So
mm-hmm.
you got to choose what you want to be known for, what you want your life to live for. And I let my actions basically show as opposed to what I say. What I say should line up to what I do.
Mm. That's amazing. And I love like how you've taken everything that you learned over the years and you pour it into and use it for what you're doing now. So kudos to you. Before I let you go, I just want to know, is there anything that the church has coming up that people should know about? Anything that you want the community to know about what Jesus People Ministries Church is doing right now?
Well, I would love to just encourage them to stay abreast to, you know, the community, the religious community of service, you know, because we are here to serve and we need more people to come help us and serve. We love that. We're doing in November, of course, we have our Thanksgiving service and season. Last year we always do our big gives where we like to go out to certain grocery stores. We can't tell you ahead of time. We just like show up. And it's just time to bless people because, you know, the holiday season, we recently just did something with the Broward Pantry, where
Mm,
we're stocking up their storehouses for those that will come that are in need. And so we're working on our shoe drive now. We're collecting shoes. We're working with the North Broward County chapter of the Links as we share with them and getting all these shoes for different organizations and people who are in need. So if you have some shoes, please, you can stop by the church starting Sunday, next week, the week after. I think that collection goes all the way into December. Drop off your shoes, gently used or new shoes. That shoe project is something that we're, you know, looking forward to. And then in December we'll have another big give time where we'll be being a blessing to some of our family members that we have that we know and those that are out and about. We've teamed up with Walmart, so I'll just tell you that much. And so hopefully you might be at a Walmart while we're there, and we'll be a blessing because of the goodness that God provides. We just want to make sure that people know that church is not just about, you know, taking from folks and the stigma that has been on it. There are some of us out here that are really grinding out. We're working hard to be a blessing to our community and letting people know that you can live a life that you can be proud of, that you can have people in a family outside of just your blood. You can have a family that's
mm,
working here to help you grow and get you strong and see you out there accomplishing those goals. Just like you, Janae, you know, I'm looking at you accomplishing these goals and hitting them and knocking them. And you got to keep that up because that changes people. Little girls are watching and that changes them to say, I want to be strong like that. I've gone through things. I mean, I talk to people all the time that go through so much. And they need to know that there's a support team, there's a system behind them. And so we encourage our family to know that. So October's almost over. November, December, hey, we are moving and shaking so that we can move into 2023 with a bang and helping people to understand the truth. So
I love that. And also too, because my mom, she was at my house and she was watching Jesus People on YouTube. So now I've been watching Jesus People on YouTube. So for somebody, I'm always in and out of town because my boyfriend lives in Connecticut, long distance relationship. So I want to tell people if you can't physically get to the church, there are virtual options for you to stream the services live. So definitely want to speak to that millennial audience when we're
yes, yes. We got e-members. So like,
yeah.
you know, all the people saying, oh, I gotta be inside. Listen, you gotta get the word where you feel good about it and you grow, and that's what you need. Let's do it. Let's do it. You can sign up. But
Yeah.
we're just grateful that, you know, we have this opportunity. So I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing, and the community works together.
Same here. Well, Richelle, before I let you go, how can people connect with you and Jesus People and get more information about Founders Week? Definitely want to give that last plug, November 1st through the 5th in Miami Gardens. We're going to put up the website, but let them know how they can connect with you and Jesus People to get more information.
Definitely, of course, I'm full blast on IG, so you can look me up on IG at Pastor Richelle. The church is Jesus People Miami on IG tag. We're on Twitter, YouTube, all of those Jesus People Miami, because of course, like I said, it's other locations, but Jesus People Miami, that's us. And I'm just grateful that you have the opportunity to know somebody like Hilo News. Keep watching, keep being tuned in, and continue to encourage and donate. Make sure that you support all that is going on that we're doing within our community, because we want to get the best news and get it the way we like to hear it. The real deal, the truth, the gritty.
That, you know what, I can't, that cosign, that I'm my year is made. Thank you.
No,
Well,
but seriously, seriously, it's a lot of fluff out here. We need to know the truth.
oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. People, you heard it here first. This is, and it's from the woman of God. So this is blessed coming from her. Guys, if you're looking at the screen, you have for more information, go to Jesus People Miami's Instagram page and Pastor Richelle's Instagram page. We have it right there on the screen. If you're looking, definitely go check out Founders Week. There's so many great things going on for the community. It's open to the public. You don't have to be a member to attend. There's so many different things going on. So guys, make sure we go and we show up. Pastor Richelle, you are a friend of Hilo News. Whenever we can help magnify whatever community events that the church has going on, please let us know, because our platform is your platform. Thank you so much for
I
coming on
so
today. It's been
appreciate it.
amazing.
And let me just say this. Can I say a quick prayer for everybody that's watching or whatever, if that's okay?
Yes, yes.
Father, I just want to thank you so much for what you continue to do through this platform. I thank you for Janae, and I thank you for everyone that's tuned in, watching, that more people would tune in to get inspiration and understanding in the way that they really can understand. And God, I just give you glory and honor, because you're doing a great work and a great thing within our next generation, that we rise up and be strong. So in Jesus' name, we thank you for the blessings. We walk in it. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Nobody's ever offered to pray for us, so
You're
that's
welcome.
pretty dope. I this is
What's the
something
first
new.
for everything? I like to set that first.
Man, Richelle, this has been amazing. Thank you so much. I don't want to take any more of your busy time, but I thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to support us, independent Black-owned women-owned media. I know you get it. Your sister in communications and journalism. So I just really, really appreciate your support and you taking time today to come on Hilo News Can We Talk podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in today. We'll see you next time.
You're welcome. God bless. Bye bye.
Bye.